show. My name is T, and we are talking scary movies. I appreciate you tuning in for another brand new review. Remember, every Wednesday night I have a new episode up for y'all where I have a new interview, a new opinion piece, or some horror news for you to check out. And throughout the week, I am dropping countless reviews in the world of horror, whether it's movies, TV shows, games, books, whatever. If you don't want to miss any of that, you gotta get subscribed to my Linktree. And you can do that by going to linktr.ee/T Scary Movie. If you get subscribed to my Linktree, that's going to give you access to the YouTube page for the video versions of the show, to your favorite podcasting platforms, the audio-only versions of the show, to my Letterboxd page for my written reviews and movie rankings through the year, to my TikTok page for my short horror content, including movie news and movie premieres, to my Twitch page, you can catch my horror gaming, including The Thing for PlayStation 2 and Rewind or Die, and to my Fangoria shop page, you can enjoy my 20% off discount anything in the Fangoria shop, including a yearly subscription to the physical magazine. Take advantage of that, folks. Hit that subscribe button, especially if you're watching on YouTube, as more followers I get, the more content I can put out for all of you. So what are we talking about here tonight, folks? I got a new review for you, like I said earlier on. Tonight, we are checking out one of the films that I previewed just a few weeks ago, one that I said I was very much looking forward to, has one of horror's kings in it. Folks, tonight we are talking Strange Darling, the new film from J.T. Mollner, starring Kyle Gallner and Willa Fitzgerald. You know, a few weeks ago, I talked about this one being one of the more anticipated films of the year. It had been getting a lot of really, really good marks for those who got a chance to see this early. Well, I got a chance to finally go and catch a showing of it. It is in a limited theatrical run right now, and I am so stoked to be able to discuss this one with y'all. So let's not waste any more time here, folks. If you haven't seen the trailer for Strange Darling before, this tells the story of a young couple spending a one-night stand together who soon realize that one of them is a very prolific serial killer. In a game of cat and mouse, nobody will ever truly have the upper hand as the blood is shed and we get to our final visceral finale. Folks, that is Strange Darling, and y'all, let me tell you here, I've been hearing nothing but great things about this movie prior to me getting a chance to go and check it out. And Kyle Gallner being attached to a horror film these days should be an automatic watch for anyone, because that man has the ability to elevate any project that he's in. And that's not me saying off the gate here that the Strange Darling would be a weaker film like without him. It very much benefits from having him in the movie. But y'all, this is a really fantastic movie, honestly. J.T. Mollner, who both wrote and directed the script, knows how to tell some gripping, engaging dialogue for sure. Because Kyle Gallner, our horror king, is fantastic in the movie, but we got to show some love as well to Willa Fitzgerald, who is playing the lady of the story. That's literally her name in this in the movie, is the lady, while Kyle Gallner plays the demon. And those names are very, very specific, and you really don't get the gist of what it all is until about halfway through the film and to the end of the movie. And while we do get like names, those names tell you a lot more than what you can even begin to think about walking into this movie like blind. Like, they will matter very, very much. And Willa Fitzgerald, oh my God, this is the kind of performance that I just love seeing in this kind of film, honestly. The type to where somebody has to go from one extreme of emotions to all the way at the other side of that. And they have to envelop and take in just so much of the chaotic energy that the situation they're in envelops. And having to actually put that out on screen seems like it's such a tough job to do at times. And it can be overwhelming for the actor that's doing it, and Willa Fitzgerald just magnificently just takes over the screen in this performance. It's one of the best ones that I've seen her do, and I've been a fan of hers. Like, I've seen most of her TV projects. Like, I was a fan of her in the first season of Reacher, and of course, y'all know I am a huge Scream fan, so of course I watched the Scream TV show where she is fantastic in that too. And it's kind of fun to see that connection between her and Kyle Gallner, who got a chance to star in Scream 5, that they both have a ghost face on their back. Like, that's a really cool fact that the two of them get to share with it. Now, I mentioned J.T. Mollner killed it with the dialogue in this, and I just have to re-emphasize that. The scenes that we get between the demon and the lady earlier on, because the film jumps around a lot, And that caught me off guard just a little bit because I believe it or not, I had watched Quentin Tarantino's Hateful Eight earlier this week. Like literally, I might have actually been the night before. And like I went and saw Strange Darling Friday, earlier on Friday, and I'm pretty sure I watched Hateful Eight Thursday night. So like the whole chapters and moving back and forth there, like I love that storytelling device, but it caught me off guard watching it. And it's so great too because the movie reveals a lot more as you go, and I feel that it might not be as rewarding if we did watch it chronologically. Like skipping around is such an inspired choice that Mollner does here with the storytelling that it makes every time that you get a reveal, especially if you've been like paying attention and start putting your theories together, it makes it that much more rewarding as each layer gets pulled back. But the dialogue is the real star here of this story as we bounce back and forth between the demon and the lady, like not meeting, because obviously they were talking and engaging at a bar beforehand that we don't get any of that, but their talk at this motel, like bathed in blue light, something about the crispness of their words, and they're talking about what they're expecting out of like this one night stand and what she as a woman living in this world has come to expect and needs to be on the lookout for, while he on the other side is talking about what he's uncomfortable with. And we're very much given this information and this site and this portrayal of these two to very much give us to give us an idea of what we should think is going to happen over the next 90 minutes or so here. And I love that Mollner uses that against us so well. Like it is a masterclass in misdirection for sure. And again, this is very much a cat and mouse thriller, and neither of these characters ever seem to firmly have the upper hand at more than just a few moments of time. Like the balance of power is taken back and forth very much so. And the fact that that's juxtaposed against this BDSM kind of sadomasochist sexual encounter like speaks volumes. Obviously that's very, very much purposeful, as you know, those y'all who are in those kind of worlds, they're very much about power dynamics and about who is the one in control, who is the one consenting to having, you know, having all these things done to them, and can that power dynamic be swapped back and forth, whether it's a case of having a safe word or whether somebody is a switch, like if they're a top or a bottom. I thought that using those kind of power dynamics in the conversation they're having and then have that play out across the course of the film is an inspired choice, and it's a very clever one as well. And one of the other things that really caught me off guard with that too was the lighting and the use of color in this film as well, because again, the characters here have very purposeful names, the lady and the demon, and the movie almost seems to remind you of that a lot by having colors used with these characters to show kind of like what they're going through and who we should be on the lookout for. Red and blue seems to be used very, very purposely in this movie, and it's not just in the lighting either. It's a very, very subtle but amazing detail that I have to feel was done with a lot of intent, honestly. Like there's so many little like fun Easter eggs in this too. Now, being a Coloradan, like I'm not a native one, but I've been here for over 20 years at this point, I thought it was super cool to find out that this killer was rummaging through Denver and even Grand Lake, because every fall, at the beginning of fall, you know, me and my wife actually head up to Grand Lake and go and see like the leaves changing colors. And so I don't think the movie is set in Colorado. Like I want to say somebody said it's actually set like on the West Coast somewhere instead, but if like parts of the majority of this is supposed to be set in Colorado, I can kind of see the resemblance. Not in every shot, and that's okay, because I get it's hard to film on location, but if it is, I can see the resemblance, and if not, man, you could fool me and say that it's Colorado for sure, and I would probably believe that, honestly. I really, really would. This is a brutal movie when it comes to the violence that's within it for sure. I think Mollner does a amazing job emphasizing the use of sound in this film, whether it's the amazing soundtrack that accompanies the film, or it's just the sound design itself for like the cuts and the shots and the hits and like everything that's going on feeds into the atmosphere that we have in this fantastic film, and it's done so expertly. Like this is a movie that I was very much caught off guard by every element of it coming together to work so well. What an enjoyable little secret here. I'm sad that it's only getting a very limited theatrical run, because I want to see it again, honestly. I want to like actually go through and try to pick up a few more details, because I feel there are little things here that I know for a fact that I missed. Now, make no mistake, y'all, this is a violent movie for sure. There is blood. You will absolutely get blood for sure. And there are definitely going to be a few scenes in here that are going to make you kind of curl up a little bit from the grossness of it. And that's great, because having a little bit of that in a really strong movie gives it that perfect balance to where both sides of the coin are getting exactly what they need out of a film like this. And one of the themes of this film is how, you know, we don't really connect that well to what we're seeing and what's right in front of us, and that a lot of times while everybody else is seeing one certain thing, we might be seeing something completely different, and that compulsion takes over and causes us to do these terrible things. We don't want to. We try our hardest to fight against it, but that compulsion and what we're seeing just controls what we do, and it ends up hurting people. And it's such a strong narrative in this that regardless of, again, who is in the wrong throughout this story, you do end up having compassion throughout for these characters. And that is, again, the sign of a very well-crafted story, a well-crafted script, and even better acting. Strange Darling is a phenomenon. It is one of my favorite films of the year, and you absolutely owe it to yourself to go and check this one out here, folks. Appreciate you checking out the review. Hit that subscribe button because I got more great content coming for you. And for a chance to win you a copy of A is for Alien, the little golden book. I'm going to give this away at the end of the month. You know we've been doing giveaways the last few months here. I want you to let me know in the comment section right now, what are your top 5 horror films of the year? Because, folks, again, I got one that's in there for sure. Strange Darling is in my top 5 of the year. I want to know what you're looking at right now. Tell me some of the ones that you've been really enjoying in the comment section. That'll get you entered to win the little golden book of A is for Alien. But that's it tonight, folks. I appreciate you checking out another review. My name is T. We've been talking scary movies. Stay scared.
Boy here is a big fan of Fangoria. So, if you want to check out the world's best horror magazine that's out there, get a chance to get yourself your own subscription, which I just got my first one back in 2022, and I don't regret it for a second. But if you want your own Fangoria subscription, or you like the Fangoria merchandise, then head over to the Fangoria shop and use my link if you want to save yourself some money, folks. That's an easy one to remember. Just go to shop.fangoria.com/axdew. Again, that's shop.fangoria.com/axdew, or use my specific code AXDEW at checkout. You can save 20% off your entire order, and that implies 2 subscription and one-time orders as well. You don't want to miss out, folks, because with the magnitude of horror movies we've had released in the last few years, and with what we have on the horizon, Fangoria is going to be your #1 source for all that great, juicy, bloody information in the world of horror. So again, head to shop.fangoria.com. Hey there, folks! Thanks for tuning in to T Watch This Scary Movie. I appreciate you checking out another review or movie news, whether we're talking movies, TV shows, books, or games, whatever, it's all scary. Remember, you can check out new episodes every Wednesday night at 8:30 p.m. Mountain Standard Time on the YouTube page for video. That's youtube.com/C/Theron Reynolds Scary Movie. Again, youtube.com/C/Theron Reynolds Scary Movie. And you can check out the audio version on all your favorite podcasting platforms. Just search T Watch the Scary Movie or TWASM. Don't forget, my name is T. We've been talking scary movies. Stay scared.